Hi, I'm James McGuire, editor of Datamation, and our topic today is new research from Quinn Street about the priorities of IT and business executives, everything from smart technologies to Internet of Things to BPM. Some of those technologies are on the way up, some are getting less investment, and we'll talk about why. To discuss that, I'm joined by three of my editorial colleagues, including Sean Michael Kerner, senior editor of eWeek and Internet News. Hello to you, Sean.
Hello, James, and everyone out there in YouTube Hangout. Wonderful Thursday, and I'm in the Great White North. Not as sunny as other places, but it's doing okay.
Fantastic. And remind me again, you told the cap is who?
Toronto Blue Jays. As of yesterday, American League East champions beat out Yankees, Red Sox, Tampa Bay, etc. First time in 22 years, so everybody in my neck of the woods is quite excited.
Go Blue Jays.
Exactly.
Also with us is Kachina Shaw, managing editor of IT Business Edge. Hello to you, Kachina.
Hey, James and everybody.
And I know you know IT Business Edge covers the gamut of information technology, so I know you really have got your finger in the pulse of these technologies.
Well, we try, and so today we're going to get to talk about a lot of the stuff that we write about every day. So I'm ready to do that with you guys. All right.
Also with us is Chris Primesberger, editor of Futures and Analysis at eWeek. Hello to you, Chris.
Hi, James and Kachina and Sean, SMK. I like to call him SMK. It's a lot easier.
I call him the dude. And Chris, I know that if I'm driving in Silicon Valley and I stop somewhere, I'm going to likely see you because I think of you as Mr. Silicon Valley somehow.
Well, thank you. That's a compliment. But yeah. The traffic has precluded me from actually driving around very much lately. It's pretty busy around here. A lot of people moving in, a lot of jobs being filled, a lot of buses taking employees from one place to another. It's I haven't seen it quite this busy for 15 years at least.
Yeah, all those Teslas driving around too. You don't want to hit one of those Teslas.
No, you don't want to hit one of those driverless Google cars either because they're out there too.
Right. So the new research report, it's from Quinn Street. It's titled "Move Over Cloud and Mobility. Executives Have Their Eye on New Technologies," and it's a survey of 250 executives. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of data, numbers, factoids. I'm curious, the three of you, looking at all this information, what struck you in particular? Knowing IT as you do, I mean, Kachina, what struck you in the report as particularly noteworthy?
Well, one thing that I was looking at that seemed a little maybe surprising in a way is that the non-executives that were included in the non-IT executives, excuse me,
the business executives.
Exactly.
Right.
They're very keen on pursuing the benefits of what we're calling smart technologies, which includes a lot of different tools and options. But they put that, the non-IT folks put that in their top 3 initiatives for this list, and I'm thinking that is because they are already seeing the benefits that some of these smart technologies, wearables, and other combinations could create, not only in improving processes, but even eliminating a lot of processes that are currently in place. So we're seeing a very top-down approach in this area. It's kind of different from another huge trend that's been going on with BYOD, which was very bottom-up. And IT didn't place it in their top 3 initiatives, so they're going to want to make sure that the two groups are communicating very well on what the goals are and what the timeline is.
It's funny that the business folks put the wearables over what the IT folks put. How would you explain that one?
I guess it's just that the IT folks are still trying to take care of initiatives that are already in place. That would be my best guess, that maybe next time around it'll move up in priority for them, but they have a lot going on, so you can only pick top three things.
Yeah, right. IT people don't want to touch the wearables right now. They've got too much on their plate. Yeah. You're absolutely right. Yeah. They abhor the idea of having to control, wearable computers, other wearable computers. They don't want to do it.
Another new toy. In their eyes, it's like who needs yet more to deal with. Yeah.
Exactly.
Sean, what about your wearables? How many wearables are you wearing today?
Today only two, but that's okay. Just standard tracker, and then I've got a Lumo for my back because in this business I sit way too much, so it's a risk. So it buzzes me every 15 minutes. So if you see me stand up, just because
Sure.
that's it. I'm being shocked into it. But yeah, wearables are interesting. For me, wearables are there's a security risk because you don't know if you can update them, which is fine and nice. The other thing is there's no visibility or control because the vast majority of these things are just connected over Bluetooth. And I've never met an enterprise IT manager that actually manages Bluetooth. That's usually an individual user. So there's no policies for that. There's no monitoring for that. You don't know what's going on. So, if somebody's trying to exfiltrate data, that is, take data from one place to another, they do it over Bluetooth. How are you going to know? So it's a wide open world. It was just, what was it, yesterday or was it early this morning, I guess it was, the LG people announced their new Urbane with 4G LTE on a watch. Now that would be exciting.
Sounds fancy.
Yeah, I would pre-order it right away because the Bluetooth is one thing, but if I could have, a full Dick Tracy watch and call from my watch, that would be great. But same challenge for IT, no visibility, same risks for data though.
So what did you find in the report? What really stuck out from you in terms of being particularly noteworthy?
A few things actually, and I've got sheet notes in front of me.
Oh, good.
Yeah, always the right thing. And to all of our good listeners here and all the people participating and watching this hangout, I strongly encourage everyone to click on the links from our different stories to investigate this. But I like digging into the details. There was a very interesting mix. I like looking at the year over year. So last year, cloud investment was higher than this year. So for some reason, the cloud investment went down. But then on the flip side, the investment in virtualization went up. Most people I talk to think of cloud and virtualization as the same coin, not even two sides of the same coin, the same side of the same coin. So I was kind of interested to see what that's all about. But then there's another data point a little bit later from a different question where it shows that one of the year-over-year increases was in the increase of integrating the cloud center. So
me too.
Yeah, so it's kind of an interesting, when you ask people three questions, the same question, three different ways, you get two different answers here. So some of them said, cloud investment's going down. They're all saying virtualization's going up, but they're all saying that the investment in clouded data centers is going up. So what that says to me is there's an interesting mix going on. So people probably think of cloud as metered by the drink, Amazon kind of thing, and they're thinking virtualization, VMware, seats and licenses, and then the data center is their own cost. So there's a couple different things happening here. I don't know how it's going to shake out, but that's what I find interesting is the I guess it is almost the confusion, as it were. I hate to use the word confusion. But the confusion.
Oh, I think it's called for in this case. Yeah, there's an element of confusion. It's all in flux, to be sure.
Yeah, different answers to the same question. Are you investing more in the cloud or not? Right? Depends on how you ask the questions.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the statistics, it was item number 6 in terms of priority was cloud investment. So in years past, that would have been higher. But right behind that, at number 7 was, as you say, integrating cloud and data center. And that's actually going up, if I remember correctly. And so if you put them together, number 6 and number 7, that's actually a higher priority than you might think. So I take from that cloud is, it's not quite old news. It's not as cutting edge as it once was. I'd say, in essence, it's now considered mainstream technology, which makes perfect sense. Yeah.
One thing that this study didn't specifically call out, though I know in our various analysis we probably have or will, is this hybrid. Though our good friends at VMware have changed that word. Now they call it, what do they call it? VMware vCloud Air. It's all air, right? They don't like using that word, hybrid.
It's better than vaporware.
It's true. I still like using the word hybrid. So when I see that integration of data center in the cloud, I see hybrid because there are some workloads that should go to the cloud, some that should say private. I know you, Chris, had a great slideshow on eWeek the other day, what to put in the cloud. So we've done some great work in that area. Not everything should go to the cloud. Not everything should stay on premise. So it's not a black and white situation. And I think IT people and organizations are figuring out what's what.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I would say clearly looking to the future of the cloud, and some of the confusion in the stats suggests this. It's all going to be hybrid one way or the other. I don't think the in-house data center may fade, but it's not going to go away for the foreseeable future. I mean, in a sense, we are necessarily in a hybrid world.
You know what? I would agree with you, except that there's one notable exception, which is Netflix. And everybody points to Netflix as the poster child for Amazon. If Netflix can do it without a data center, I'm sure the Amazon people will say, and they've got their wonderful reInvent next week, they'll have probably lots of people on stage. They'll say, well, why can't you?
Right.
So I'm not so sure, and I agree with you. I think there always should be a mix, but there'll always be people who will point to Netflix and say, hey, look, they can do it.